Yes, I do know that it's customary to read the first book in a series before reading the second, but this is the one that arrived first in the mail, so I read book 2 of the Last Kingdom series by Bernard Cornwell, and this is The Pale Horseman. Last week I watched all 8 existing episodes of the BBC series of The Last Kingdom on Netflix, and then I found out there were books. And so naturally I ordered the first one and the second one, and I ordered the first one used, so it's still on its way, but book 2, I got this on Friday, and I finished it yesterday. So for those of you who don't know, this is historical fiction. It's set in the 800s, and it's about a guy by the name of Uhtred. He's born Saxon, basically, and he ends up, his father dies, his uncle takes the throne. Uhtred gets kidnapped by Vikings, raised by Vikings. I won't give away too much more than that, because that's the beginning plot of the first book. But in the second book, he is serving the English king as a warrior. And it starts out, he's just killed a notable enemy in battle, and instead of going to the king to say, this is what I've done, he goes to find his wife and child. And of course, when he goes to do that, someone else steps in and claims the victory for himself. A lot of the background in this book has to do with Uhtred being a pagan, even though he's been baptized. He was raised by Vikings, and so he practices the Danish religion. They mention the god Thor a number of times, whereas King Alfred of the English is Christian, and he wants Uhtred to become a Christian. He wants everyone who serves him to be Christian. But Uhtred is very resistant to that, and he prefers the Danish religion, the Viking religion. So obviously this is not what I would normally read. I usually stick to more literary works and nonfiction, but I do enjoy a good light read every once in a while, and this series really caught my attention. I was crying near the end of this book. Not like sobbing crying, but there were a few tears. So I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. I mean, it's not some great in-depth, wonderful work. But it's good writing. It's a good story. Caught my attention. It held my interest. I couldn't wait to keep reading. I loved it. So if you're looking for a good work of historical fiction, try The Pale Horseman, although I would recommend reading The Last Kingdom first, since that's the first book in the series. But yeah, try The Last Kingdom series by Bernard Cornwell. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a lovely evening, and happy reading.